Bianca Belair fans, something big is brewing, and if what's being whispered behind the scenes is true, we might be witnessing the start of one of WWE's most anticipated comebacks. Two major updates just dropped about the EST of WWE, and together, they reveal a timeline that could completely change how the women's division looks heading into 2026. So, if you've been wondering when Bianca Belair will finally step back inside the ring, this might be the news you've been waiting for. It's been months since fans last saw Bianca competing, and in that time, the women's roster has shifted dramatically. New rivalries have formed, new stars have risen, and her absence has been felt more than anyone expected. But now, the question isn't just when Bianca Belair will return, it's how WWE plans to bring her back. And the timing of that return could be absolutely massive. Let's rewind a bit to understand why this story matters so much. The last time Bianca Belair wrestled was at WrestleMania 41, a stage that should have been yet another career highlight for her. Instead, it turned into a nightmare. Somewhere in the chaos of that match, Bianca suffered a brutal injury that fans initially brushed off as minor. But it wasn't just a small setback, it was something far worse. Reports later confirmed that Bianca had broken her knuckle, and not just in one clean spot, but in multiple areas. For an athlete who relies on her hands, strength, and speed, that kind of injury isn't easy to recover from. At first, WWE officials, and even some of her peers, didn't think it was that serious. Backstage, Bianca handled the situation like the pro she is, calm, composed, even joking about it. But what nobody realized in that moment was that this was one of the toughest kinds of injuries to heal. Within hours, the pain intensified, and the swelling became impossible to ignore. Word spread backstage, and people began realizing this wasn't just another bruise or sprain. According to reports from Fightful Select, Bianca's knuckle break was one of the worst kinds a performer could suffer. The injury affected a critical joint, and the break was so complex that even the doctors were cautious about giving a recovery timeline. Still, true to her reputation, Bianca didn't make a public fuss about it. She didn't post dramatic updates or emotional captions. She stayed quiet, focused on healing. And that silence only made fans more curious about what was really going on behind the scenes. Now, here's where the first big update comes in. For the Halloween edition of SmackDown, Bianca was reportedly in town for the show. She didn't appear on camera, and WWE didn't acknowledge her presence. But according to the report, she was there backstage, visiting friends, and sparking speculation that her return could be closer than we think. The fact that she was well enough to travel, attend an event, and move around without restrictions is a very promising sign. That appearance might seem like a small thing, but for WWE insiders, it spoke volumes. It suggested that Bianca isn't just recovering physically, she's preparing mentally to step back into the spotlight. And anyone who knows how WWE operates knows that when a top star quietly shows up backstage, it's rarely by coincidence. But the story doesn't end there, because while fans were celebrating those encouraging signs, another report dropped, one that adds a lot more clarity and a little bit of mystery to Bianca Belair's comeback. According to Bodyslam.net, WWE sources now believe that Bianca could be ready to return to the ring in the early stages of 2026. That's right, the current projection places her return just months away, possibly even sooner if everything continues going well. And this is where it gets really interesting. While that's the official time frame, insiders are saying there's growing optimism that she could come back earlier than expected. Let that sink in. Bianca Belair, one of WWE's biggest female stars, could be back right as the company gears up for its biggest season of the year, the road to WrestleMania. And if WWE plays this right, her return could be one of the most impactful moments in recent memory. Now, think about the timing here. Early 2026 isn't just some random date. It's the start of Royal Rumble season, a time when WWE loves to bring back big names and surprise the audience. We've seen it happen countless times. Superstars disappear for months, sometimes years, only to make that shocking return at the Rumble, instantly setting up their next big storyline. And Bianca fits that mold perfectly. So let's play out a few possible scenarios. 1. Bianca Belair returns at the Royal Rumble as a surprise entrant. The countdown hits 0. The music hits, and the crowd absolutely explodes. She steps into the ring, full of energy, looking unstoppable. Maybe she wins the whole thing and punches her ticket straight to WrestleMania. That would instantly put her back at the top of the division and set the stage for a championship match worthy of the spotlight. Or maybe WWE decides to go a slightly different route. Maybe Bianca returns during the Elimination Chamber, proving she's still the toughest woman in the company, and earns her shot at WrestleMania that way. Either path could lead to the same destination, a massive showdown on the grandest stage of them all. And if you've been following what's been happening lately, you already know who the perfect opponent could be. Jade Cargill. While Bianca's been out recovering, Jade has been on an absolute tear. She's turned heel, captured championship gold, and made it clear she's not just here to fill space, she's here to dominate. The story practically writes itself. Two former tag team partners, both athletic powerhouses, once allies, now rivals. Their styles, their charisma, and their fan bases make them the perfect matchup for a WrestleMania feud. Imagine the story WWE could tell. Jade, the unstoppable new champion who's been running through everyone in her path. Bianca, the former star returning from injury, determined to reclaim her throne. Their chemistry, both in and out of the ring, could make this one of the most talked about rivalries of the decade. And that's exactly why WWE might be waiting. Sure, they could bring Bianca back earlier, maybe in late 2025. During the fall, they could insert her into smaller feuds, have her test the waters, and get fans excited again. But would that really be worth it compared to a Royal Rumble return that shakes up the entire division? Probably not. WWE has pulled this move before, holding off big returns until the moment that matters most. They did it with Liv Morgan, with Alexa Bliss, and even with superstars like Becky Lynch. Timing is everything, and this might be the perfect time to make Bianca's comeback feel monumental. Another thing to consider is how her absence has impacted WWE storytelling. Without Bianca, there's been a noticeable gap. She was one of those rare stars who could seamlessly move between championship feuds, tag team storylines, and personal rivalries and still feel fresh. Her strength, charisma, and confidence made her a cornerstone of the division. So when she disappeared, the momentum shifted to newer faces. Jade Cargill stepped up. Rhea Ripley continued dominating. Naomi and others started to fill in the space. But no one truly replaced Bianca Belair. That's why her return means more than just another comeback. It could be the spark WWE's women's division needs heading into a new era. Imagine the Royal Rumble card stacked with stars, the countdown timer ticking, and then that familiar beat drops. The fans rise. The camera cuts to the ramp. Bianca Belair walks out, smiling, flipping her braid, and reminding everyone exactly who the EST really is. Even the rumor of that moment has already started conversations online. Social media has been buzzing with speculation about what WWE might have planned for her. Some fans believe she could return as a surprise ally to someone in need of backup. Others think she might come back with a brand new look or attitude, maybe even teasing a heel turn. Either way, WWE has options. And that's exactly what makes this situation so exciting. Because when it comes to Bianca Belair, nothing about her career has ever been predictable. She's always been the one to rise when people least expect it. From winning at WrestleMania to headlining major events, she's built a legacy on resilience. And maybe, just maybe, this injury was never a setback at all. Maybe it was the setup for her biggest chapter yet. So here's where we stand. WWE insiders believe Bianca Belair is on track for an early 2026 return, possibly sooner. She's been seen backstage. Her recovery is progressing. And the buzz behind the scenes suggests that WWE is preparing something major for her. The road to WrestleMania is wide open, and the possibilities are endless. If Bianca returns at the Royal Rumble, it could instantly redefine the women's division. A surprise comeback, a showdown with Jade Cargill, and a WrestleMania moment that brings her full circle. Or maybe WWE holds off just a little longer, letting the anticipation build until the perfect time. Either way, one thing's for sure, the EST is coming back, and when she does, the entire WWE universe will feel it. So, keep your eyes open, because this story is just getting started. And if the reports are true, the countdown to Bianca Belair's return has already begun.